Hi everybody. Our second lesson for chapter 2 is 2.2 adding integers. Hopefully you know that when we add positive integers, such as 2 plus 1, we could draw a box to represent this situation, or pictures. So 2 boxes plus 1 other box would equal a total of 3 in both situations. We can use the same idea when we're adding negative numbers. So if we have negative 2 plus negative 1, we would have 2 negative boxes plus another negative box, which in both scenarios would give us negative 3 total. So let's try another one where we have, first let's do 3 plus 2. We all know that equals 5. We could draw the picture. We have 3 boxes plus 2 boxes equals 5 boxes. If we change our color to red to represent negative numbers, we could do negative 3 plus negative 2 equals, we would have 3 red boxes plus 2 red boxes equals negative 5 red boxes. So hopefully you're seeing a pattern here. When you add 2 positives, you have a positive amount. And when you have 2 negatives, you have a negative amount. That also stands for, if you think of money, if you spend $3, you spend 2 more dollars, you spent a total of $5. Those are the easy examples. You add positives, your answer is positive. You add 2 negatives, your answer is negative. But now let's try something a little bit different. So what if we have a negative and a positive, or a positive and a negative? I will show you what we can do with the pictures. So I will use my red marker to represent the negative 3, my black to represent the positive 2, and now I can make what are called zero pairs, where I match up one red tile with one black tile. So now I will make my zero pairs. This negative can pair up with this positive. This negative can pair up with this positive, and whatever is left over is my answer. So if I have a red box left over, my answer is negative 1. Let's try one more with the zero pairs. So maybe I have 3 plus negative 5. So I have 3 positive boxes and 5 negative boxes. If I make my zero pairs, this positive pairs with this negative. Second one goes with this. The third one goes with the third one over here. And I'm left with an answer of negative 2 left over. So 3 plus negative 5 equals negative 2. Here is another strategy we can use when adding integers. So if I have negative 1 plus negative 5, and we use these parentheses to keep the negative with the 5 right here, we will draw a number line. The first number we always put on a number line is 0, and then we start with our problem. We go to negative 1, so I draw an arrow, and if I want to add negative 5, I go 5 more units in the negative direction. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and that would put me at negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So my final answer is negative 6. So that example shows two negatives using a number line. So two negatives with number line. Let's try another one. Let's do -3 plus -4. We draw our number line. Start with 0. Go backwards 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. That puts us at -3. And we need to add -4. So we're going to move to the left 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts us at -4, -5, -6, -7 for our final answer. So for right now, if you add integers, if both numbers are positive, your answer is going to be positive. If both numbers are negative, your answer is going to be negative. We can also use number lines to add integers with different signs. So maybe our first problem is 6 plus -3. We draw our number line, start with the 0, and our first number we go to is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we move to the right 6 spaces. But now we need to add -3. So if we're moving in a negative direction, that would be to the left. So where I ended, I move 1, 2, 3. The number that I have stopped at, we count 0, 1, 2, 3. So my final answer is +3. 6 plus -3 is +3. Now we have 5 plus -2. I draw my number line, start at 0. I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my first number. Now I need to add -2, so I need to move to the left 2 spaces. And that puts me at 0, 1, 2, 3 is my final stop. So 5 plus -2 is +3. So the last thing I want to share with you is that when you add integers with different signs, that means if you have one negative and one positive, your answer depends on which number has the greater absolute value. And here's an example of what I'm talking about. 9 plus -4. Which number is further from 0? Well, the 9 has the greater absolute value. The absolute value of 9 is 9. The absolute value of -4 is +4. This number, 9, has the greater absolute value, so I know my answer is going to be positive. If we take a look at -11 plus 7, the -11 has the greater absolute value, so my answer is going to be negative, since the 11 is negative. So the answer to the first one, if you have +9 plus -4, that would leave me with +5. If I have -11 plus 7, that is going to leave me with a -4. We're going to end with a couple really easy concepts. The first one is called opposites. That's two numbers with the same absolute value. So if I have 6 that number's opposite would be negative 6. If I have negative 10, that number's opposite would be positive 10. If I have negative 5, that number's opposite would be positive 5. These are also called additive inverses because 6 plus negative 6 equals 0, negative 10 plus 10 equals 0, and negative 5 plus 5 equals 0.